keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I'll try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom.
With Rebound coming to you next week, the Lioness division prepares for the go-home event for Rebound here tonight at Lioness Live 22. I'm Chloe the Troublemaker James at your service for this evening, and we have a massive night ahead of you for all intents and forms tonight, as in a massive triple threat match to crown the #1 contendership for the SolarStar Championship against Tsubaki, it is going to be a massive encounter. And not only that, but in our main event tonight, it is the NEWTYPE facing off against Ashe and Korra before Ashe faces off against Asuka next week at Rebound. All this and more, much here tonight. And we are starting things off tonight with a massive opening contest here this evening. As ladies and gentlemen, the Tsubaki Ninja herself, former Lioness champion within her own right, Asuka from Senra and Kagura, opens up the show right here tonight for all of us here tonight. And she faces off against someone that she has faced off against in the past here on the Lioness division in her debut contest just last season. And realistically, against someone who has got a lot going for her and is unfortunately coming off a pretty big loss, all considered, from the Grand Slam just a few months ago. The revolutionary girl herself here tonight, Usuna Tenjo, comes out here tonight with much applause despite not being seen since the Grand Slam only a few months ago. Making her first appearance since her loss to Tsubaki at the Grand Slam back in December. And as I was making mention of before, we will have a triple threat #1 contendership match between Roxy Richter, Mitsuru Kirijo, and Ellie Williams to decide who will face off against her at Rebound next week. But tonight, the former challenger for the SolarStar title, the former undefeated revolutionary girl, tonight is looking to regain some of that same momentum that she had going into the Grand Slam just last year. And tonight she looks to get that confidence and build herself back up by facing off against an old opponent in Asuka in the opening contest this evening. And here we go, bell's rung here, and both women are just going at it from the word go, trading blow for blow against one another. Again, the fact that these two have definitely faced off against each other should be a good sign right off the bat that these two know the strengths and weaknesses of each other, having faced off against one another in the past. It is only going to be a case of who will come out on top here tonight, given those past experiences against one another. Asuka knows all of Usuna's moves by now, but one has to wonder if Asuka has potentially been upping her arsenal in a sense, as she, like many others in the division, have been around for quite some time. Again, Asuka is a former Lioness champion, dethroning previous longest reigning champion Ryugu back in her first match in an open challenge back at Grand Slam 1. And in her debut year after the fact, made a dominant effort as the Lioness champion. Let's not forget that, mind you. And here tonight, well, Usuna is definitely showcasing that confidence as much as ever here tonight. Asuka taking advantage of that, lariating her just like that, and taking full advantage of the situation, making it clear that she needs, that Usuna, I would say, definitely needs to be on her guard against the Tsubaki Ninja, because just like that, clipped Usuna on the way down with that leg drop, barely missing her with that one. Trying to go up to the middle rope there. Usada, no! Usada denied there, and a splash right there by Asuka. And the running leg drop for good measure as well. Following it up with a pinfall. 1. Only netting a 1 count. And Usada is basically staring at her saying, really? You're trying that here. But Asuka, on the other hand, going for those hard strikes and a moonsault at that. Going for the pin. Only a 1 again by Asuka in your opening matchup here tonight. And oh my! Laying in the hard-hitting strikes onto the floor, onto Usada just like that. And excuse me here, Asuka? Lifting up Usada Tensho just like that and planting her right onto the mat for good measure as well. Damn! And as if to showcase that, yes, she is upping her arsenal, she's doing it again! Excuse me, Asuka, when did you pull this out? When did you have this in your arsenal, girl? Like, damn! And here she is going up top again. The splash denied, however. Usada getting right back up to her feet. Hitting a lariat. Keeping the wrist lock just like that. Going for the lariat again. And once again setting it right back up. And a third one of them as well. 1, 2, only a 2 count by Usada. And again, this is what I mean when I say that Asuka has definitely had to break out some more of the offense just like that. And Usada has got to be thinking to herself she has to be trying her damnedest in order to keep it up. And right now, it's not looking good for Asuka at this point, who was showcasing a bit of confidence there for a moment. But now, Asuka seemingly in a bad way here, and Usada is only just trying to get back into that position, but no, clipped on the way down by Asuka, who retreats back into the ring just like that, and no! Gets tripped up there by the Revolutionary Girl. And now Usada staring a hole right into Asuka, going back onto those chops, trying to wear down on Asuka as much as she can at this point. And oh god, a forearm strike right into the corner and planting her knee right into the face of Asuka just like that. But Asuka is simply saying no dice and a spear, flipping her, and damn, let it never be said that Asuka has not forgotten her roots there in that high-flying ability, even though she's pulling out feats of strength like what we're seeing here and now. Oh my god, she's picking her right back up again and going right back to the backbreaker for a second time. Girl's got the strength gotten down like that, and sliced bread right there. 2. And no, Usada's already back up again. Asuka was going for the secret ninja art moon stop just like that, and no, a splash. And trying to stop Usada from going to the outside, axe handling her right into the ropes, and oh, and a super kick right to the face. And rebounding off those ropes, and oh my god, a handspring moonsault. Damn, girl, damn. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I was about to say, Asuka is definitely pulling out all the stops in your opening contest this evening. But I don't even think she's pulling out all the stops. Like, this girl, she just keeps going and going and going. There's a reason why she's won. I know I keep on saying that there's gatekeepers in this division, but there is one definite gatekeeper still around, and her name is the Tsubaki ninja herself, Asuka, right here and now. And she's still managing to pull out everything in order to keep it going. And she could be looking for the moon stomp just like that. The secret ninja art moon stomp! No, denied! Usada gets out of the way of the moon stomp just like that. And now Usada shoving Asuka into the corner here. And wait a minute, she could be looking for the full revolution. Hits the target! Going for the pin immediately. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Usuna realizing she'll have to work harder than that if she wants to keep Asuka down this time. It took only one of those full revolutions to keep Asuka down the first time. But tonight, it may take more than that to keep the Tsubaki ninja down. And yet, here we go. These two are still going at it. Shades of when they first faced off against each other. Usuna definitely had to think that maybe, just maybe, and oh my god, what the hell is she breaking out? Float over Liger Bomb. Are you kidding me there, Usuna? And here I thought we knew everything of her arsenal. Here she is breaking out fucking float over Liger Bombs like it's nothing. You gotta be thinking, based upon that alone, you have to be thinking that Usuna Tenjo has definitely been going back and hitting the bricks, putting in the work, going and putting in those hard yards to go and focus to get back to the top. And she has to be thinking to herself, yeah, I didn't become SolarStar champion, so what? I gotta work harder, I gotta get to that point if I want to be successful around here. And really, she's showcasing why you don't get complacent after a loss like that after being undefeated for so long. You come back, you hit the bricks, you do what you can, and you work for it. Hell, if there's anyone who knows that for certain, it's definitely Asuka, given what we've seen from her in the past. And we're seeing it once again right here tonight as Asuka goes full force and showing just how much she has changed in the ring as well over time. And however, she could be looking for it. No, an elbow drop right there by Asuka going for the pin onto Usuna. 1, 2, only a 2 count. And now Asuka continuing and going for the slice spread again, not going for the pinfall combination. Not hesitating, going up top, thinking it might be time for the secret ninja art moon stomp, hitting the target. No hesitation, going immediately for the pin after the secret ninja art stomp. 2, 3, no! Not even. Oh god, we thought that was a free. And oh god, deadlifting her into a power slam just like that into the pin. 2. Again, the arsenal from Asuka here tonight, showing it off in full force and a splash right there onto Usuna, down onto the ground just like that. And deadlifting her again and again. Just showcasing the strength and power, planting her down. And now Usuna, no! Usuna setting it up into another float over Liger Bomb. 2. Only a 2 right there by Usuna Tenjo. And wait a minute, once again, Usuna going and setting it up for the full revolution. And the crowd is chanting for her to do it one more time. And I think Usuna may be calling for it, but no, mistimed and misdirecting her into the outside instead. Now, oh no, mistiming it again, trying to shove her into the ropes for another full revolution, but no, Usuna continues to mistime it there. Precious time is being wasted here. Finally getting her into the corner there, thinking one more full revolution might be it to take her out, and hits the target, no hesitation this time. 1, 2, 3. And Usuna Tenjo, even despite the loss at the Grand Slam, is showing off tonight that she is back and ready to build herself up from the bottom all over again. And if tonight was any indication, then Utada may have more in store for us than we may think in this season, then that's for damn certain here tonight.
Huh. I guess you two really are as good as you were back when we first faced off then, huh? It's all good. We beat you once and we'll be damn sure to do it again.
Yeah. And the way things are right now is that, I hate to burst your bubble, but this isn't the Lion's Den tournament anymore. We've already proven we can hang with the best, and we're gonna prove our one loss to you was a fluke.
Call it that all you want, but we're not going into this match for anything other than giving you both the same result again. Matter of fact, we can dish it out right now if you'd like.
Right. We'll prove we are the better witches around these parts, and the better team when the belts are on the line.
And right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is certainly an interesting situation going on between the number one contenders in Amity and the current tag team champions in Will Vandom and Hey Lin, who will be facing off each other for the tag team titles next week at Rebound. But tonight, on the other hand, speaking of Rebound, we have yet to figure out the number one contender for the SolarStar Championship, and we are about to probably figure out that conundrum here in our next contest this evening. As like I mentioned at the top of the hour, we have a triple threat match for the number one contendership for the SolarStar Championship between Ellie Williams, Roxy Richter, and Mitsuru Kirijo to decide who will face off against Tsubaki for the SolarStar Championship at that event. Now, I think it's all clear as to why Mitsuru is in this match, given her dominant win last week here on Lioness Live. But I think this one, regarding Ellie and Roxy, needs a little bit more clarity in regards to that. Because I gotta take you all back to Lioness Live 20 in regards to why these two are here tonight. Ellie Williams and Roxy Richter faced off against each other in a seemingly harmless contest. But as we saw at the tail end of that match, Roxy did in fact have her hand on the rope despite the referee not realizing it at that period of time. Ellie had a tainted victory, mind you, which has led to My Valentine calling an audible and making it so that while it was originally going to be Ellie Williams versus Mitsuru Kirijo in this match, she has put Roxy Richter in here as well to seemingly put to rest the rumor that that Ellie won based off a dirty trick in that regard. But these two got in through that. And the woman that we're about to see has definitely showcased how dominant she can be on her own. We saw it last week when she was in action against Jackie Briggs. And tonight, Mitsuru Kirijo, the Empress of Execution, is set to maybe punch her ticket to become SolarStar champion, or at least face off for the SolarStar championship at Rebound next week. And one has to wonder if with all of those combustible elements, like I already mentioned, the combustible elements involving Roxy Richter and Ellie Williams, that you have to wonder with Mitsuru added into the mix with everything like that, you have to wonder if we're going to get quite an interesting encounter here tonight in your next contest here tonight on Lioness Live. And here we go, the triple threat is now underway, and almost immediately Roxy and Ellie are going off against each other. Mitsuru is basically just egging them on to go after her, but the two of them are just focusing on each other. Pretty much immediately following up on the match that they had 2 weeks ago, and Mitsuru taking full advantage of the situation, going up and just assaulting the both of them, trying to be all like, hey, guess what? I'm here too, and I'm a credible threat in that regard. Mitsuru definitely taking advantage of the situation, but the two of them are now tackling Mitsuru in that regard. Roxy sweeping her down and punching her right in the face as a result of that. And they're immediately going right back for it. Roxy, however, putting her focus right onto Ellie Williams just like that. And now the both of them seemingly combining their efforts to keep Mitsuru out of the equation altogether. And again, this is one fall to a finish. There is no eliminations involved in this one. Whoever wins will face off against Tsubaki next week for the SolarStar Championship. And you have to imagine, you have to be thinking to yourself, if you are in the position that Roxy, Ellie, and Mitsuru are all in, especially with Ellie being a former SolarStar champion in her own right, you have to be thinking to yourself that maybe, just maybe, there is some level of being able to prove yourself again. Because Ellie faced off against Tsubaki when she was a brand new champion just last season, but in that regard, she had to face off against both Holly Summers and former enemy in Clementine in a fatal four-way, mind you, in order to get to her. So really, Ellie has sort of been facing a bit of an uphill battle to get back into position and really get back into being in winning ways as of late. And the one time where she does manage a winning predicament, she falters just like that because Roxy got involved with that. But right now, this contest has really just been all Mitsuru focusing her efforts on Ellie Williams and now focusing onto Roxy now with Ellie out of the equation temporarily. And really, the Empress of Execution definitely maintaining her efforts right here tonight to stay in dominance right here. And what on earth is Ellie thinking here by bringing the chair into the equation in that ring? I mean, yes, triple threat rules do apply for this one. Weapons are legal in this regard. But you have to wonder, in a predicament like this, do any of the women involved want to use those weapons against one another in this contest? Especially given what we are probably going to see in this match. And that's just me being honest about the situation there. Mitsuru being shoved out of the equation, and a Hurricane Rana just like that by Roxy, but only netting a 1 onto Ellie Williams. And oh God, Roxy stomping Ellie's head onto the chair, onto the side of the chair, and Mitsuru picking apart the pieces. Ellie ain't looking too good in this contest right now, and Mitsuru focusing her efforts by using those kicks and the strikes onto Ellie Williams again. But Ellie is just saying, no, I'm not going to be taken advantage of like that. Spanish fly, just like that by Ellie Williams. Jawbreaker right onto Mitsuru Kirijo, just like that, going for the pin. 1. Pin broken up, a little bit delayed on there by Roxy Richter, just like that. And Roxy just taking her time onto Ellie Williams, keeping her shoved onto the ground, just like that. Roxy, on the other hand, breaking out a kendo stick into the equation, kicking at her just like that again. And oh, God. And oh, Christ. And now Roxy taking advantage of the match here at this point. And now Roxy sending Mitsuru to the outside as well for good measure. And it is not looking good on the part of Ellie Williams. Let's be clear about this here. Ellie being shoved right into the corner just like that. And wait, Roxy faking up the pounce right there on Ellie Williams. Ellie getting hit by the pounce. And wait a minute, case of Tartarus right there. And wait a minute, Ellie getting caught in the middle of that. And no, Ellie catching Mitsuru. And setting up Mitsuru for left behind. And looking to get the pinfall onto Roxy, but Mitsuru's back up. 2. Roxy kicking out of the equation, however. Too much time had passed from the gates of Tartarus. Oh, there it, hitting hard with the forearm. Ellie just fuming. She was incensed. She thought she had this match won. And Roxy, on the other hand, taking full advantage of the situation. Hitting Mitsuru now. 2. And Ellie is pissed. She is not letting Roxy even get one moment in. Slamming her down on the knee as well, just like that. And Ellie grabbing that kendo stick, but no! Pump kick right there by Mitsuru for good measure. And oh god, what on earth is Roxy doing here? No! Grabbing a chair, trying to use that brutality in the match like this, and no! This match is just absolutely debilitating on the outside, just like that. All involved are just going nuts here in this contest. Mitsuru and Roxy going right back at it in the middle of the ring. Ellie coming in for good measure as well. Right now, it's realistically anyone's match here at this point in time, for all considered. Roxy, however, flinging Mitsuru to the outside here. Oh! Rolling color for good measure right there by Ellie Williams. And now refocusing her efforts at a leg lariat right there by Ellie Williams. Right now focusing hard on those strikes there, and a DDT for good measure right there by Ellie Williams. Mitsuru, on the other hand, bringing her right back into it. Rolling forearm just like that, and now focusing hard onto Roxy again. Mitsuru right back into the equation and hitting hard as well at that. And right now it's not looking good for Roxy. Mitsuru taking full head steam into this match. And right there with the rolling kick right to the head. Once again, pulling out yet another kendo stick, and oh god! Flinging at it, and a pump kick right there by Roxy. And wait a minute, those kicks hitting hard right there onto Mitsuru. And wait a damn minute, setting her up again. Left behind! Left behind right there by Ellie, right there onto Roxy. 2. No, Mitsuru breaks it up. Mitsuru breaks it up just like that. No. Ellie knew what was coming. Oh, God, and a jawbreaker for good measure just like that. And oh, wait a minute. Ellie faking left behind onto Mitsuru, but no, Roxy denying it. Breaking it up before she could even hit it onto Mitsuru. And it's not looking good. And oh, God, a pounce right there. Right off the ropes onto Ellie, and no, a pinfall. 2.9 right there. Ellie kicking out at just the last possible second, just like that right there. And Mitsuru taking full advantage of the match yet again, putting all of her focus. And wait a minute, no. Setting up Roxy for the gates of Tartarus. 1, 2, 3. And Ellie only just realizes at the last second what the hell happened there. Roxy gets pinned, but Mitsuru takes the W and will go on to face off against Tsubaki next week at Rebound for the SolarStar Championship in Tsubaki's first defense of Season 7. And if tonight was any indication, Mitsuru Kirijo is going to be one hell of an opponent for the Camilla Blossom.
December was arguably the hardest fought defense of my belt I have had in quite some time. I will happily admit to that given everyone I've had to face off against in the last, well, since winning the belt last season. And yet I still can't feel like I have been fully satisfied with my win. So knowing that I have another massive challenge ahead of me in New Mitsuri is giving me the fight I have wanted again. Because yes, I did fight hard all last season to get, keep and retain the belt, but I want to be a fighting champion at all times. Last season proved I can do it. And I will not back down from you or anyone else in my way. So come, Rebound Executioner, you better be ready to give me the same level of fight all before me did, because I will not be pushover, not now, not ever.
Massive words of confidence right there by the current SolarStar champion. And given that she's only just found out about her opponent for next week, one has to wonder if this might be false confidence, or maybe this might potentially be Tsubaki finally letting loose a bit of that ability that she's always had within her. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening, a hotly anticipated tag team main event as Miu and Holly Summers of the NEWTYPE face off against #1 contender for the Lioness title in Ashe and former Lioness champion and the ace, the undeniable ace of the Lioness division in Korra. And you can definitely see on the face here tonight that the original duo of the NEWTYPE and Miu and Holly right here tonight are looking to put a hurt right here on the #1 contender and the ace right before the Lioness Championship match next week. But one has to wonder if that is going to be a bad sign for the NEWTYPE in this contest this evening. Here comes the #1 contender for the Lioness Championship. The winner of last year's Pop to Victory match, and the woman who may be set on dethroning Asuka Langley Soryu next week at Rebound. It's the Deadlock Rebel herself, Ashe. Now I want to make something perfectly clear right now. I have no lack of confidence in the Deadlock Rebel, in Ashe dethroning Asuka Langley Soryu next week. I think we've all pretty much hedged our bets on this being the woman to finally dethrone Asuka Langley Soryu as Lioness champion. I am just worried for the condition that she's going to be in, given the fact that she has 2 psychos on the outside to worry about. But then I remind myself who her tag team partner tonight is. And then all of the worries start going away, because as you can see, her loss at the Grand Slam is not deterring her in the slightest here tonight, as Ace Avatar herself, Korra, has entered the building for the first time for a Lioness Live match right here tonight. And all of the confidence that she has tonight cannot be understated, as she looks to be the tag team partner for the arguable woman who can do, as she even said, do what she could not, and beat Asuka Langley Soryu next week at Rebound. And given the fact she has a reigning endorsement from the Avatar herself, I don't have any lack of confidence in Ashe right here, either tonight or next week. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is your main event of the evening for Lioness Live 22, a tag team contest between Miu and Holly Summers of the NEWTYPE and Ashe and Korra here in your main event. And already starting it off, Ashe is immediately going fully in on the assault right there onto Miu as the starting 2 in this contest. Korra giving her all of the room to just absolutely demolish the 2 sidekicks of the NEWTYPE right here, going right for the assault with that leg drop and following it up immediately with another leg drop at that. And you can definitely tell Ashe is really feeling herself right here tonight. She goes right back into the assault right there onto Miu, one woman who caused her much hell last season in the lead up to Pop to Victory. Right there, showing off her ability with a drop, with a single kick right from the ropes at that. And no! Drop kick from the top of the rope, denied at that. Miu trying to go right onto the assault, onto the Avatar at that. Potentially might be, I was gonna say she might be regretting it, but Miu, on the other hand, is taking full advantage of the situation and going right in on the assault onto Ashe just like that, picking her up and throwing her right back down as well. And while in any other circumstance, I would definitely be saying that Ashe might just be letting it slide in this regard. One has to wonder if maybe everything has just simply been getting to her as of late. Because remember, 2 weeks ago, she faced off in a massive main event, and she got assaulted by the current Lioness champion immediately in the aftermath. And now tonight, she faces off against 2 other members of the NEWTYPE as if to make a statement. But knowing she isn't alone in that regard means that she can call for backup if needed. And we're seeing that happen right here and now as both women go up top and, oh God, sending Miu down. And now Korra's in the middle of the ring. God help us. She may very well be set and ready to rear and go right here tonight. And no, Miu going for a high kick just like that and denied. Korra trying to clip at the legs just like that. Release German for good measure as well. And taunting away right there. Not realizing that Holly has made that tag. Catching her unawares just like that. It is not looking good for Korra at this point here. As Holly fresh out of the gate. But no, Korra catching her. Now she's caught her bearings in the situation. And really, the Scandinavian Samurai definitely is no slouch in the ring. Do not let that petite physique fool you, however. She can be brutal, especially as she has faced off against the Avatar in the past, mind you. Holly going right back onto the assault. And no, Holly going for a pin. One, no, only getting a one. I was about to say, interesting maneuver on the part of Holly Summers, just like that. And now Holly throwing out Korra just like that. Ashe calling for a tag, but no. Korra might be split off from Ashe at that, but no. Reverse DDT reversal right there onto the Scandinavian Samurai, and oh Jesus Christ, and a one-handed choke slip, a good measure right there onto Holly Summers, and the kick combination, and just shoving her, and oh God, letting loose a flurry of strikes right there onto Holly Summers, shoving her into the corner, making the tag to Ashe as well. And the duo just continuing to wreck shop against the NEWTYPE here in your main event. I can't say I'm not loving it here, ladies and gentlemen, but you really do have to wonder what exactly is going to be happening given what we're seeing here tonight. Like, this is certainly an interesting situation at hand, all considered. And Holly continuously going for their strikes to the head onto Ashe, as if to try and take her time of just wearing down on the Deadlock Rebel. And really, this might potentially be the plan here tonight. Wear down on Ashe, keep her wounded, and keep her in a bad way going into next week. Because this may be what they need, and no, Ashe finally getting her bearings back again. Going right back onto the hard forearm strikes just like that, right there onto Holly Summers. Continuing to go right for it, and no, Holly reversing it, sending Ashe into the corner. Miu and Holly trapping her in the corner, going for those strikes again. Miu, however, getting reversed out of it as Ashe breaks out of the hold. Shoving her into the corner again, making the tag again. Trying to keep Ashe on her toes, maybe, or maybe just playing mind games. Who can really say in this regard? Nevertheless, however, it is keeping Ashe in a state of constant uncertainty. And Christ, using that prosthetic leg, that metal prosthetic leg to hit hard onto Ashe. Oh! And using her remaining leg to go for the hard-hitting strike on top of that. And now making the tag right there to Miu. Kicking her right in the chest just like that for good measure. And Miu getting a bunch of slaps and knees in as a result of that. And right now, Ashe definitely thinking, and wait a minute, half Nelson right there by Ashe as well. It's not looking good. Ashe has to try and find a way back into the winning predicament here. Either that or she needs to make a tag as quickly as possible here. Right now, it could realistically go either way on the oh God, and a hard-hitting clothesline right from hell at that. And now Miu might be in a bad way as well if Ashe has anything to say about it. Sweeping her at the leg as well for good measure. And right now Ashe being flinging her into the corner. And wait a minute, what on earth is Korra banking in a stomp right to the back of Miu Aruma? God damn. Flinging her up and oh! God, Earth Shock! Earth Shock! One! No, not even a one! Holly Summers breaking it up. Korra is pissed. Korra is pissed and incensed and looking to smash Holly down onto the floor just like that. Picking up Miu again. looking to continue that vicious assault right there onto Miu Aruma, just like that. And Korra has got to be fuming, and oh god. You've got to be thinking that Korra, after everything she's done in this match so far, she has to be fuming for the fact that Earthshock didn't put it away. I mean, we've definitely seen people kick out of the Earthshock, but given the circumstances surrounding it, it's definitely one that you gotta think was certainly timed well on the part of Holly Summers. I will definitely say that. Ashe being brought right back in as well, looking to try and gain back the momentum back on the part of what I can only assume would be Team Avatar in this circumstance. But Miu ain't looking good here. And wait a minute, no! Venom shot, no! Setting it up! Venom shot! Right there! 1, 2, no! Venom shot does not get... Venom shot does not get the win. And now Miu just taking full advantage of the situation, but Ashe is already back up and ready and raring to go. And continuing the assault right there, Ashe is just continuing to let loose here tonight. Letting loose her frustrations, letting loose everything in this contest here tonight. But Miu gets the rope just as she goes for the pin, using the pinning position right there to her advantage. Again, you can't necessarily blame Miu for taking advantage of that, but still, like, goddammit, wait a minute, no, rolling her right into a one-armed powerbomb. And Korra getting it right there, and wait a minute! Flying there, Air Avatar, just like that. Airbending herself all the way over from one side of the apron, right there to meeting Miu Aruma, just like that. And the hip attack right there into the corner, and the pendulum dropped just like that. And oh, wait a minute, Miu hitting the knee and then hitting the clothesline for good measure. And what on earth is she thinking here? Oh, is she going for the Genius Lock? Hitting the Genius Lock in the corner. Good ring position on the part of Miu Aruma. However, it is gonna take more than that to keep Korra down, and that's for damn certain in that regard. Ashe, however, making the save right there, however, on the part of Korra there. And Miu definitely has to be thinking, making the tag to Holly just like that. Oh! Airbending leg drop for good measure, right there onto Holly Summers. Continuing that assault right there. And wait a minute, no. Flinging Korra into the corner. And the lariat, wrist lock still applied. And the clothesline continues. Wrist lock, lariats galore right there onto Holly Summers. And Holly is just thinking, you're not going to get that win so easily there. Cutting her off from Ashe as a result, making the tag to Miu. Once again, making sure each other is fresh in this regard, but you gotta be thinking to yourself, what on earth do I gotta do in order to keep either of them down? Oh, God, that's just uncalled for. That is just uncalled for on the part of Miu Aruma. And now Holly is just making sure that she can get involved however she can. Mistiming it, however. You gotta be thinking, is Holly trying to go for the Harakiri onto Korra at this point? Miu's attacking Ashe for good measure, keeping her down as well. And Korra, oh! God! And this match is fully breaking down with that one, and it is not looking good on the part of Korra, despite the fact that she is continuing the assault. And wait a minute, no, flinging, trying to bring Miu right back into the inside as well. Holly is on the outside with that one. And no, wait a minute, what on earth is Korra thinking here? Wrist lock, clothesline galore again! And wait a minute. What is Korra thinking here with this one? And wait a minute, setting up Miu, showing her full strength onto everyone to see here. Avatar State! Avatar State right there by Korra. And making sure that Holly can't get involved. Going for the pin onto Miu and Ruba. 1, 2, 3. And Korra gets the pin on and the win for her team right here tonight. Not only ensuring that Ashe takes minimal damage going into Rebound next week, but ensuring a W in her own books here tonight. And damn it, does she deserve it after the big loss she took at the Grand Slam and after everything since coming back. You have to imagine that this is big for both of these women in your main event. And honestly, what a way to end off our evening for Lioness Live, especially going into Rebound for all considered. NEWTYPE take a loss going into Rebound. Korra and Ashe take a massive win. Ashe especially, and wait a minute, no! Asuka, no! Asuka denied! Ashe saw her coming, going right back onto the assault and flinging her right back out alongside her cronies. And Ashe, as if taking that as a pot shot, taking the mic.
Hey, Asuka. See what we did to your little group of goons tonight? Well, that is just a teaser for what you're going to be getting next week at Rebound. I ain't going to have your little group there to protect you the way they are right now, but I'm going to have some backup of my own. Because I got an avatar in my corner next week backing me up. So I guess that means your time as champion is just one shot away from being executed. See you next week, champ.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you had any doubts that the Deadlock Rebel is coming to take Asuka's gold, then you better tune into Rebound next week, because your doubts are going to get extinguished.